Now, my passion for cooking comes from my passion for eating as well, okay? You can get the most simple ingredients. And with these ingredients, the aroma from whatever the fuck you putting together, it fills the entire house, and people's stomachs start to growling and their mouths start to watering just like a dog salivating, and you want to eat. So many people are afraid of the kitchen. Don't be. Get in there and cook. A lot of what inspires me is my Mima. She would go in the kitchen and prepare meals which could feed an army, her army. And a lot of what she knew came from the amazing parents that raised her. Southern cuisine not only soothes my palate, but flows through my blood. From Mima, Papa, and Granny. Collards, neck bones, peach cobbler, grits and sausage for breakfast. All the things from my childhood, etched in my memory forever. It's my turn now to take the recipes I love and make some of them for the first time on camera. This is where Southern meets City, and I am Alexander Love. Hello, it's Alexander Love back at you with another video. You know, I'm hungry. And I've been wanting something real sweet, okay? And I ain't got no man. So, one thing that I have been wanting to make for a very, very, very long time, I have been wanting to make my very own peach cobbler. So hopefully this turns out great. For this peach cobbler, the ingredients that you need for it are very cheap, and you don't really even need much. Down there on the end, which you can see right there, you see my cans of peaches, all right? So I got 4 cans of peaches, and they're in 100% juice. For 1 can, I paid $1.94. Right by it, we have the butter. The butter, I'm probably gonna put about half a stick of butter in my peach cobbler filling because it'll give it a rich taste, you know what I mean? And I got this, and I think I paid $2 for this cornstarch at Walmart. This is gonna give it a nice thick kind of texture to it. You know what I mean? It's gonna thicken up like me, baby. You know what I mean? We have our ground cinnamon, this ground nutmeg, this ground motherfucking nutmeg. Yeah, this ground nutmeg say it's $5.94. This was expensive, but it's gonna add some more flavor to our peach cobbler. When it's actually peach season, we're gonna make this peach cobbler again with fresh peaches, and we're gonna see the difference in how it tastes. And we have our vanilla flavoring extract. They had light brown sugar too, but I wanted to get the stuff that was the same color as my skin, dark brown, period. And then we have our pie crust. If you can find the Pillsbury pie crust in the box, get those, because you get a little bit more pie crust and you can roll it out to fit your pan. I don't want to make my own crust until I talk to my Mima and see how she does hers. It would be so thick. It would be so flaky, and just it would absorb some of those peach juices. And I just got to get her recipe. You can never go wrong with a little bit of sugar, baby.
Remember that.
Write that shit down. We have our cooking dish that my mom got me. Thank you, mommy. And then we have our nice big deep pot that we're gonna make our peach cobbler filling in. With that being said, let's go ahead and get motherfucking started. We're gonna make something sweet other than me. And we're gonna eat it, and we're gonna chill and talk shit. Stay tuned. I know it's not a twist top. It should be a twist top. That's how cheap it was. That's just not, of course it is. I know it. Damn. Let's go ahead and get this bottle open. We got our pot. I don't want no skimpy ass cobbler. I want a good thick cobbler. You can easily use frozen peaches, but the best thing to use are fresh peaches. Okay? So we got our cans going in our pot. 2, that's 3. We're gonna drop the rest of those peaches right in there. I want all these peaches. I want all of them. So we got those peaches getting all warmed up on a medium-low heat on the stove. Now, once again, it's already sitting in its own juice, but what we want to do is give it an extra little kick of sweet, okay? We want to add a little extra kick of sweet. 1.5 cups of sugar. We added that in, and we're going to mix this in, and it's getting all nice and hot for us. So now we're going to go ahead and put in a cup of brown sugar. We're going to just drop that in there. We're gonna go ahead and turn our heat up a little bit. We got our peaches going on about a medium-high heat. The next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and add our spices. Before we do that, cheers. We might as well go ahead and get us another glass. She getting nice and warm now. Brown cinnamon.
Open the fuck up, bitch.
I'm gonna do a nice heaping tablespoon. It kind of fell a little bit in there, but we're gonna do a nice heaping tablespoon. Now you don't want to put too much of the ground cinnamon in because you don't want it to be overpowering. Oh, y'all. Oh, that smells so good. That smells so damn good. Oh, that smells good. Ground nutmeg. Tablespoon to a tablespoon and a half. A nice heaping scoop. You see that? It's really easy to do. And it's pretty much just the peaches. And you're adding your own spices and your own things to it to give it extra sweetening and extra flavor. And then the last step that we're going to do is we're actually going to go ahead and add our cornstarch slurry to this. It's kind of like what I did when I made my chicken pot pie, how I used the roux for my chicken pot pie to help thicken the filling. The slurry is going to take this juice from juice and it's going to make it a thicker kind of consistency. So we're going to do bat, just 3. I'm going to hit it with 3 just like that. Oh yeah. It smells so good. I'm gonna add a little bit more ground cinnamon to that, just a little bit. Boom. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and make our slurry. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. We're gonna go ahead and put a little bit of water in our measuring cup. Okay. How much is that? Put about 1/4 cup of water in there. So we're gonna take our cornstarch and we're going to put a couple tablespoons of our cornstarch in our water. Now we want to put it in our water first because you don't want it to kind of be lumpy and clumpy. A couple tablespoons of our cornstarch. And you want it to dissolve. Right, so we got that all mixed into our water. This is still really liquidy. We're going to go ahead and we're going to pour a little bit of our slurry in. And that heat's going to help to really quickly thicken that liquid that your peaches sit in. Because you want it to be thick, you don't want it to be runny, right? Right now, it's starting to kind of get there. We're gonna go ahead and add some more in there, okay? You might think that this looks runny now. Once your pie is cool, you know, you eating it the next day, it's been sitting in the refrigerator, it will get thick. A little bit more slurry to my mixture. A little thick. That's your peach cobbler filling. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna leave this alone. We're gonna let this cook for maybe 3 to 4 minutes. Just let it simmer until it starts to bubble. And once it starts to bubble, it'll be ready to go in our pie crust. Now the filling is already pretty much done, but it's gonna get thicker. It's gonna cook a little bit more in the oven, which is gonna bring everything together. Once again, I told you guys I have these pie crusts, traditional pie crusts. We're gonna flatten them. I'm gonna cut it in, we're gonna do strips. Now what I'm gonna do for my pan is I'm gonna use 2 pie crusts for the bottom, and then I'm gonna cover the top completely with the other pie crust. Now I want the bottom covered completely. I wouldn't have my brothers and my mom try it because they ain't gonna lie to me, especially my brothers. They are not going to fucking lie. They're gonna tell me if it's nasty. And you know something nasty because if a person finishes it, then it's good. But if they take a bite of it and they just sit it to the side, they don't like it. You know, you want them to finish it, all of it. And then you see I set them in there. I gotta put some right here. But it's okay because what's gonna happen is this is all gonna bake. It's all gonna come together so well. It's gonna taste so fucking good. Y'all just ain't ready yet. Flatten that shit out like that. Ooh, excuse me. It's that wine coming at me, baby. Now with the rest of these strips, I'm actually gonna put some pie crust along the sides because there's so much peach cobbler that I do want there to be enough crust too. I don't want it to be a peach cobbler that's just mostly filling. You know what I mean? So as you guys can see, I'm gonna take the crust and I'm going to put it along the sides of my pan too. Next, we're gonna take the filling. I really want to get most of those peaches in there. I don't want it to be all juice, I don't want it to be all peaches. I want it to be an even ratio. And we're gonna spoon those in first and then top it off with our juice. And if you guys don't know, I already preheated my oven to 375 degrees. So once we put this in the oven, she's starting to bake. Ain't no waiting around. And when I say I'm ready to eat this motherfucker, I mean that. So we want to get most of our peaches. I want it to be a peach cobbler. A peach cobbler is supposed to have peaches in it, ain't okay? I don't want you to get a juice cobbler. I'm gonna go ahead and just top her off like, and there's a lot of juice in here too, but it's okay. This is why I did not just want to pour it, because if you poured it, then you might get most of the peaches left in the pot and not in the cobbler.
Y'all motherfuckers don't even know.
You can drizzle this on top of some cake or anything. Like it's crepes. You can do this for crepes. Watch. And my dish is almost full. So I'm gonna make sure I've got no more peaches left in here. So I want all my peaches. So now we're gonna take these pieces of our dough and we're gonna just sit them on the top. So we're gonna put a piece there. And once again, when this bakes up, it's gonna be so pretty. Some of that crust is actually gonna absorb some of that juice. And if I wanted to, I could lift them up and kind of weave them through, but we ain't doing all that today. You can do whatever little design you have in mind. I don't give a fuck how to look at this point. The oven like, bitch, where it's at? You said you got us preheated. What's going on, bitch? What's good? Okay, we're gonna make a little egg wash for this. Take one egg, crack it. We're gonna take us a fork. I do not have a pastry brush, so what I'm gonna have to do instead is just kind of take this fork and just kind of smear that shit on the top, just like that. Take it and kind of just smear it. It's okay though, because it'll cook. Like, that's a lot of egg, bitch. It'll cook. Bitch will cook. She gonna cook. She gonna be ready. I've been wanting me a peach cobbler, y'all. Y'all have no idea. You know what I mean? I've been wanting me a peach cobbler. And then we're gonna take a little bit of the sugar and put that sugar on top. That sugar, all that shit gonna just caramelize on the top of that pie. That's gonna be probably, this might be the best one. And this is the first one. You know what I mean? Like, we know something right here, this motherfucker. You know, Darty's baby over here trying to do something, you know, old school. Homemade peach cobbler. We ain't getting no patty cobblers from Walmart. We making our own. Okay, bitch, so look at that. Do y'all see that? I done egg washed it. It got the sugar on top. That's gonna caramelize. It's full of peach cobbler. We got the little ghetto lattice method on the top. You know, a little ratchet ass lattice method. We're gonna cook this bitch for 45 minutes. Let's pray over this. Lord, just thank you for this amazing looking peach cobbler. I hope that it tastes good. I hope that it comes out good on me. Yeah, it's not homemade crust, but guess what? It's about to be good. This crust gonna stop up the juices just like the homemade crust would. May this peach cobbler be a nourishment to my mind, my body, and my ass. Please let it make my ass fat, Lord Jesus, and keep me just healthy. In Jesus' name I pray. Thank you. Love you. Amen. Smells great. Looks great. I'm kind of getting the oven a little bit dirty though. It's a whole bunch of sugar spilling off onto the bottom and burning, but it's fine. It's fine. And it looks pretty. It looks so pretty. Bacon just gets me so excited. Let's take her out. Stop beeping. Shut the fuck up. Ooh. Looks good. Oh, look at that. That looks absolutely amazing. I'm gonna have to wash these. I'll clean that out later. It's purty. I mean, it's kind of purty. My patchwork on the crust is, you know, it is what it is. It cooled for about an hour. Actually, I took it out at probably like 9. It was like 9:10, 9:15, and it's 10:07 now. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna dig into it. And we have Matt here. You guys know Matt. Come on, Matt. They want to see your face. My roommate, Matt.
Just got back from work. Sorry about the outfit.
Let's do Matt's first. All right. Crust looks great. Sounds great. It looks great. Now, even after an hour, it's still a little bit liquidy, but after it sits overnight, it should get a lot thicker than what it is now. But I put so much peach in there that we're gonna go ahead and fill that up like that. Guys, wait 1 second. Got something for you. Vanilla ice cream. Yay, right? So we're gonna give Matt a whole bunch of cobbler and a whole bunch of ice cream, and Matt's gonna taste it.
Better option.
Oh, bitch, that looks great. We're gonna do that like that, then. We're gonna do. it looks great, guys. And this was a really simple recipe. I'm finding out that a lot of the things that I want to make are very easy to make. Like, it doesn't take much.
Online and in person. Help is here.
How is it? Be honest.
It's got a nice kick to it. Coming from the spice. You can definitely taste the clove and the nutmeg. But it's not overpowering. It's just enough to complement the peaches.
It's pretty fucking good. like I told you guys, the only difference that I want to do is just making like a homemade crust. You know, not a store-bought crust.
It's kind of hard to find store-bought crust these days. I like it. Did you say that you added some cinnamon and some other stuff just directly on top of it afterwards?
Sugar,
I took it for a joyride.
egg wash.
There wasn't much joy.
That helps it crust more. It gives it some more color. It's good.
Looks like we got some freezer.
I'm gonna have to sit down and eat those.
It turned out great.
I'm gonna have
Matt, tell him bye.
Peace out. I gotta rewind this episode. My attention was on this go.
Okay. Please make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and share this video if you want to make a peach cobbler. This is my very first one. Turned out great. Love it. Cheap, very inexpensive. I don't really have anything else to say.
I remember this song. It was a good song.
I'm just gonna eat. Have a good day, guys. Bye.